Travel and Vino here. Welcome back to another episode of our little show. Today we are going to talk about the rest of our trip in Japan, right? We last left you in Kyoto after the kids went home, and we had one day there, but it was just kind of get ourselves together, and then we headed off into
Takayama.
Takayama. So Takayama is a little city up in the kind of central Japan, north of Kyoto. Show you here on the map. Basically, it's kind of an outdoorsy kind of town. It's a lot of people go up there for hiking and things like that. It's kind of the jumping off place into the wilderness, and so
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It's the little wooden merchant streets and
right.
has a river running through it. Has a lot of, I think in the winter it snows.
Yeah.
And so from the mountains it kind of has the runoff and,
Yeah.
and just a really pretty stream that goes through there.
Beautiful little river going through the center of town.
But yeah, the train ride there was stunning.
Yes.
Just
The train ride is
amazing.
one of the prettiest train rides I've ever been on. It was really pretty nice. I enjoyed that train ride a lot. So it was a local train, not a bullet train or anything like that. It was
Probably took about 2.5 hours, I think,
Yeah,
to
about-
get
yep.
from Kyoto to Takayama.
right.
Yeah.
Didn't cost very much. I mean, it was like, maybe $10, something like that. But yeah, we took that train, weaving in and out, following the river up there. And so we arrived in Takayama and went to our hotel. And it was, nothing to write home about the hotel.
We won't leave anything on that one.
But, it's,
Small room, of course.
it's a very popular place, I think, for people to go. A lot of people go there, and there's a lot of tourists that go there. And
So when we got there, I guess the next morning, there's so many buses that
Oh, yeah.
show up and the tourists just flood the entire city. And I think that was the first time that we ever felt that anti-tourist feeling. And not
Yeah.
everybody, but we did go into some restaurants and they would say that they're full. And you could definitely see that there
Yeah.
were tables open. So we did run into some really nice people, but that was the first time ever we got that feeling, and it was kind of
it wasn't really an anti-tourist feeling, but yeah, it was something about they want your tourist dollar, but they really don't want you to come in and ruin their way of life, kind of thing. And I totally get it. We're tourists, right? So,
well, and I get it too when you see the amount of people that come in on
Yeah.
buses every single day. They're tired of them. So.
overwhelms this little town. Yeah.
And
so,
by early afternoon they're all gone, but then the local people are going, I don't want any of you people here anymore. So, but it's super cute little streets. I mean,
Yeah.
they have tons of sake breweries and just the old fashioned wooden
yeah. What was that
merchant
called?
streets.
Wooden Merchant Street.
Yeah.
I think's what it was called. Yeah. So that was kind of a very classic looking Japan, and
Yes.
very
old style.
Yeah, old style. Lots, like you said, lots of little sake breweries there.
Which we did sample a couple.
Another big thing that's different there than anywhere else that we saw was they have the Hida beef.
Hida beef was good.
So like you have everybody's familiar with the other
Wagyu,
and then you have
Kobe.
beef, and then this was Hida beef. So same kind of thing, but
It was good.
different region, I guess.
Right. I think Kobe is probably the most expensive, at least there. But I think the Hida beef, I think I like that the most, actually.
Yeah, I think it was
really good.
definitely local, and it was definitely affordable, more than the others. But it was it was a delicacy, and everybody came there to taste that kind of thing.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they had some sushi restaurants that we tried to go
We
to.
did go to a couple. Got stared at a lot.
Yeah,
But it was good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then we did one of the things that they tell you that you need to go do is the Higashawa walking course,
Oh, yeah.
which is just it's about a 3.5 kilometer, takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe to go around the town.
it was more than 3.5 kilometers. Yeah,
But it was pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
it gets kind of into the mountains and it goes through all the temples and the shrines, and there were some cool cemeteries and different things like that. And that's probably the first time that we saw what we thought was a bear.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they have, okay, so when you're on the trail, they have all these warning signs, bears. And it's springtime, I get it. They're coming out of hibernation, and eating the local tourists and stuff. But
There's been a lot of bear attacks.
yeah, so there's some stories about the bear attacks and stuff this year in Japan. But yeah, now they have warnings everywhere on the trail that they've seen bears recently, and they have bells that you're supposed to ring, and it's kind of scaring you to death as tourists.
Yeah.
We're hiking around, and there was one guy we saw in the forest. He'd been hiking there for like 70 years. He's never seen a bear. So.
Yeah, cute old guy. So that gave us a little hope that we're safe and we're probably not going to see anything at all.
But then we're like coming down the mountain, like you said, and all of a sudden you see something crashing through. It scared the hell out of us.
From the side, it looked exactly like a bear.
Yeah.
But then its face, so it's a weird little thing. It's a Japanese Serow, but it's part antelope, part goat.
Yeah. Weird.
So it's
weird looking
interesting. Yeah. So we did get a couple of pictures of that, which not as close up as I really wanted to get, but that was kind of that was actually fun. Once we realized it was not a bear.
Yeah.
So
that was kind of fun. Yeah. So yeah, what else do we do in Takayama? I mean, there was not a lot to do, to be honest.
They had a great sunset spot, and the person that worked there was super friendly and gave us a bunch of information about things to see and do, and then she told us about this really cool festival.
Yeah. So that was kind of the highlight, I think, of Takayama was this little festival.
Memorable.
She told us, hey, it's a short train ride, like 10 minutes away. It's a small town, and everybody goes there from the region, and it's a very local festival.
I think it's Hida City, so.
Yeah, Hida City. Yeah. I don't remember the name of the festival.
The name of it was Furukawa.
Furukawa, okay.
Festival.
So the festival, so we decided, we're going to take up her suggestion, and the next night, it's a festival that lasts all weekend, but we decided the next night we were going to go up there, and we took the little local train, little cogwheel train. It was kind of fun, but it was loaded with people, local people, and they were all going there. And kind of like walk around the street food and everything was really good. And then you start seeing all the half-naked white men, or bald men, or young men dressed in
I think they were all ages.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
you're right.
Hundreds of half-naked Japanese men.
Yeah, and they're wrapped in their little toga outfits or whatever, and they look like diapers, but it's. It's really significant. The festival's been going on a long time, and it's kind of fun. So we got to witness that and kind of walk through the streets.
It's like a big drum festival. And then they climb poles and kind of balance on the top of them.
Yeah.
It was very interesting, really, really interesting.
It kind of builds up through the night. You start seeing more and more of them, and then
And they're going through all the streets and getting together, and everybody's drinking tons of sake.
Yep.
I mean, so
it was a lot of fun. We actually enjoyed it quite a bit. It was a very local experience. Everybody was friendly and nice, welcoming, and happy to see us there. And but the streets were packed, and it was a tiny little town, and they marched through the town with that big giant drum, and everybody waits around for that big event and stuff, and then but that was it. That was kind of the highlight of Takayama for me. I mean,
we did find a really good taco place, so we were missing our Texas food, and it actually they were from California or.
I think they were from California.
Big bikers.
But they were Japanese, and they were. The theme was Texas for sure.
Tacos were really good.
Kind of fun.
So they actually did a good job with that, and that was fun. But yeah, it was a different little town from all the big towns that we'd been to already. With Tokyo and Osaka and Kyoto. Those were all really large towns, and then we finally get to Takayama, and you can walk the whole town and. Probably 30 minutes to an hour, I guess. So it's just, there wasn't a whole bunch to it. Beautiful though, with the mountains in the background. So that part was really pretty.
Yeah.
So it's probably not a town that we would venture back to. Just a little bit too touristy for us. Yeah. So we like the quaint small towns, but just maybe not as many tourists.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe we just didn't do it right, but no, it was, it was part of our journey. So, we're going to spend 2 more weeks in Japan.
Yeah, we've got one more town to go to after this, which is
Kanazawa. So Kanazawa is out on the western coast of Japan, and so that was kind of going to be our last kind of stop.
Last town.
Yeah, so we'll bring you that next.
I know. So yeah, y'all stay tuned and let us know if there's questions. Cheers.
Cheers.